Alright, what's up guys? Today's deadlift day. I'm a little nervous today because I'm gonna be doing an AMRAP with 155 kilograms. That'll be my top set. I'm nervous because I'm afraid of injury. That was the one thing I'm trying to avoid now. The type of training I've done in the past, I've always been safe or been within my limit and range, so naturally with strength training you got to push yourself a little bit harder than you normally would, and especially with AMRAPs and 1 rep maxes, there's always the risk of compromising your form, possibly doing something that you're not quite ready for, your body's not ready for, perhaps it didn't warm up enough or stuck to the program as I should. So I am a little bit nervous in terms of doing, I'm guessing 10 plus repetitions with 155 kilograms today. So yeah, there's always the risk of injury, and that means being out of the gym. So I'd prefer to stay away from injury. So we'll do proper warm-ups today. I think my warm-up sets will be around 120, 130 kilograms for 3 repetitions. And then we'll go to the 155. I'm guessing I'm going to try push for 10 repetitions. Belt or not, I'm not too sure yet. Most likely just that I can start practicing again with it. And if it does do anything for injury prevention, it doesn't hurt to wear it. I will see how I feel in the rack. So overall, I'm feeling good. I ran 3 days in a row. I ran on Saturday, I ran Sunday, and I ran yesterday, which was Monday. Only Sunday was the long run. The 2 other ones were walk run courses that I followed, and I did heavy squats on Fridays, so my legs and body are feeling it. I'm quite tired, but I can only recover faster from here. Like I say to most of my clients, it's normally that 3-4 week period where your body goes through hell, and from there it starts to adapt. I should be getting my ZMA today, so I'll start taking that tonight. Hopefully it will help me recover via some quality sleep. And then yeah, I'll just have to possibly get a bit more calories in. So yeah, let me know what you guys will be training today, and like, subscribe, and keep one-upping. Thanks guys, and see you in the rack. Boom.
Yeah, let's pick up some heavy weight. So starting with a bar, like I said, I'm going to do a proper warm-up just so I don't get injured later today. I like to get some speed reps, and did a couple of stiff leg deadlifts as I felt my hamstrings and glutes are still tight from the previous week. Onto my first warm-up set, 65 kilograms. What I'm trying to do over here is get the bar as close to my shins as possible, bring my hips down as low as possible, tighten my body, and then stand up by pressing my feet through the floor. When the weight is this light for you, it's easy to want to bend over and pick the weight up, but you got to stick to your form and do a proper deadlift. So you can see I ease my body down, tighten my lats, straighten my arms, and then pick up the weight. As I said before, I like to stick to a double overhand grip, especially for my warm-up sets. Just feels more comfortable and get some grip training in as well. Onto my first working set, 125 kilograms, still double overhand grip, easing my hips down, hinging at the waist, and then picking it up. Weight felt really good for me. By this time I was pretty warm, although it was only a few sets. Try not to tire myself out before reaching my AMRAP set. Onto 135 kilograms for working set number 2. Put some chalk on my shins. Just feel it gives me a bit of a better slide and I don't end up tearing my shins up. As close to my body as possible. And it's easy to tear your skin. Prefer not to do that. Still trying to ease my hips in, tighten my body, stand up. This is my AMRAP set with 155 kilograms. I decided to not use a belt and use a mixed grip just because I don't want my grip to be a limiting factor, but also not use straps. I could have probably dropped my hips a bit lower now that I'm reviewing the footage, but my goal was to just get as many reps as possible, and I don't feel I was compromising my back in any way. All of our anatomy is all a little bit different, so having longer femurs, you might bend over a little bit more than what is considered perfect form. I was starting to fatigue over here. I got 9 repetitions over here. I probably could have done 1 or 2 more, but like I said earlier in the video, I didn't want to risk injury and put myself back for a week or 2, so I decided to just stay with 9 repetitions. It was close enough to failure that I felt I still benefited from the deadlift. Onto leg curls. The seated leg curl was not working today, so I had to do a lying leg curl, which is not my preferred leg curl machine, as I feel it puts more pressure on my back. Not that I have a back problem, I like to isolate my legs as much as possible. What I try to do on my leg curls, as you can see, is I point my toes as much as possible, therefore eliminating as much calf usage and isolating the hamstrings. You'll find you'll use a much lighter weight than you're used to. The nice thing about that is you can then use your calves as a tool once you start to fatigue. So keeping your toes pointed as much as possible, and once you start fatiguing, you can flex your calves to get the weight up. What I started doing these next couple of sets was to use my calves to get the weight up, as it was starting to get really tired by this point, and then pointing my toes on the negative, the eccentric part of the movement. Here I'm still pointing my toes, but as I start to struggle, you'll see I'll flex my calves, bring the weight up, and then point my toes for the weight down. Calves up, point the toes. Calves up, point the toes. Here's just a bit of a different angle, just to illustrate for you guys what I mean. You're always weakest at the top half of your leg curl. With most muscles, your lengthening position will be your strongest, and because of the way the leg curl is designed, you'll get really weak at the top. That's why I'm using that method that I've described to you guys. I really recommend it as a tool to use. We're not only building strength in your hamstrings, but reducing injury by using a lighter weight, as well as building a lot of strength and hypertrophy in your legs. If you guys want big legs, do the eccentric hamstring part. There's more to your leg than just the quad. onto hanging leg raises. Not much I can say here. I still struggled a bit with this. Ab work is not my strength. I decided to do 10 repetitions this week instead of 15. Therefore I could cheat a little bit less, use a little bit less momentum. I tried my best to pause at the bottom of the movement and tighten my body so that I don't swing back when lifting my legs up. Still feel this is an area I could improve a lot. Hopefully that could carry over to my deadlift and my squats. So I'll be working on that in the next couple of weeks. And then I finished off with 3 sets of calf raises. I chose the standing calf raise for today. No reason other than I just felt like it. Try to get as big a range of motion as possible, and pausing at the top, getting as much of a squeeze. I found this to be more effective than bouncing or just pumping your calves. Also want to try use a heavy weight and go to failure, not using too many repetitions. I see a lot of guys in the gym trying to pump out 40, 50 repetitions in the calves. There's nothing wrong with it, but if you're finding that your calves are a weak point and you want them to grow, then you got to hit them as hard as your other muscle groups like biceps. You train those hard, you might as well train your calves hard too. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, a like, comment down. I'll answer all the questions that I can. And then I'll see you guys. No, I will not see you tomorrow as it's run day, but see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.